All right. On est prêt? Okay. Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome back to Stevens and Gabby Reacts. I hope everybody's doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again. So, Gabby.
Yes, sir.
You were pretty hype about this.
Pretty hype. I was looking forward to it. Definitely enjoyed the initial series that was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And
I loved it too.
Yeah, it was pretty dope to me. Not perfect, but I loved it. Also with the Defenders, what they did with that was kind of...
I never watched the Defenders.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No.
Well, anyway, I think you should. You should, but it is what it is. But no, definitely I was looking forward to see what they were going to do with the Disney MCU version in hopes that they were going to do something right with it, right? Considering what they've been doing with the projects, I was very hopeful and pleasantly surprised so far.
So I'll piggyback on what you just said. So the fact that Disney took the Daredevil license, quote unquote, from Netflix, if I can say, knowing that the Netflix one was really violent, and that was part of the reason why people loved it, because it was raw, it was
dark,
gritty or whatever.
Very much so,
right? So people were scared that Disney, the mouse was gonna, a little bit like cut back on the violence and the grittiness of it. So happy to see that none of that happened, and actually in the first episode, I think they make a point.
I mean, even in the main trailer, when you look at the main trailer for the first time before it came out, there's a couple of scenes where you're like, what the? You know what I mean? Like,
so that was fine. So this is a full spoiler.
Just for mostly for the first two episodes, yeah.
I did not like the fact that they killed Foggy and... I mean, they didn't kill the girl, but basically she left.
Well, I mean, until further notice, it looks like she just,
To me, it felt like, because from what I understand in the original script, and you can clearly see that Foggy and the girl was not in it.
They were not supposed to.
Right.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of, I don't know if there was anything official, but there were a lot of talks of them not being part of the cast initially.
Exactly.
And then we saw the scenes when they were filming early footage. You see them, the two of them, and you're like, oh, okay, they're in it.
Yeah.
But to what capacity? Nobody is surprised.
And they die in the first, Foggy dies in the first 10 minutes of the...
But I'm not going to lie, it was a powerful scene to me. And to whoever that has watched the initial series, like for anyone, for the viewers that actually saw the Netflix version of Daredevil,
Foggy dying is a big
for sure.
Yeah,
that's who it impacted the most. I don't think that it's going to have nearly the same impact for those who just started watching Daredevil for the first time.
For sure, 100%. Why did Foggy die? Was Bullseye coming back for revenge?
I don't even know. I don't know what's the story. Like, I don't know. Here's the thing, because they said that it's canon, right? What happened in Netflix? So we don't know what's the deal with Bullseye.
Right.
How was he able to be there in the first place? Because now, from what I understand, he's back in prison. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but there's definitely a gap in between when we saw him last in the Netflix series to where we saw him at the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah.
Right? Or not at the beginning, but in the first episode.
Right.
So there's definitely something that I'm assuming that they're going to fill in the blanks later on in the series, because he's a big deal. He's a pretty big character.
Right.
He's the way that he's done too. He's so believable. It's funny how a character like Bullseye seems a lot more, to me, scarier.
Yeah.
See how he was just killing people left and right. Yeah. Just as he's getting punched in the face, I'm gonna kill you in the corner. It's crazy to me. But no, it's we'll see. What was the idea, the reason behind why killing Foggy in the first place? Bullseye just does what he does because I think he loves to kill. Right. But clearly he was probably hired by someone. Right. Or at least that's what I'm assuming. Right. We'll see how it plays
so
out.
I thought I missed something. So I'm going to be honest. Like I liked the 2 episodes. I liked them, but I was not really like engaged that much.
Okay. For what reason?
So it felt... I guess the best way I could say it felt forced.
Okay.
Forced doesn't mean bad.
But in
right?
what way?
So the fact that I'm watching Daredevil this many years later, like it feels a way, right? Again, not saying the show is not good.
Mhm.
Saying, okay, are you trying to recapture something? Are you trying to make me feel something? Why is this not just another good show, right?
Okay.
So, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you feel, and again, maybe, okay, so I'll say this. Foggy dying threw me off for a while watching the because I was like, oh, okay, so you just put it there just so people don't complain. For the continuity of
I hear what you're saying, but you don't feel that it was a powerful scene? It's just the sound?
It felt placed. It felt forced. It felt like
when you say forced,
we had no plans.
When you say forced, do you mean expected?
No. It felt like what's it called? Fan
service?
Fan service, yeah.
I didn't feel that way at all.
Like they gave him a purpose by dying.
Because the reason why I don't feel that way, I mean, obviously there's always going to be some level of fan service. They're not going to put a character in a show that nobody cares about, for sure. But to me, since I've known the character, the biggest impact that he's ever had was that scene, him dying.
Yeah.
So, and just the reaction of Daredevil, his reaction, how he didn't care, and the way he lost it. It was a very powerful scene to me. Because in all honesty, although I love the original series, I think personally they've done that already with those two. We've seen them. They've did their thing. I don't need to see the dynamic between those three anymore. I want to see Daredevil do his thing, his new path, him coming back to being that the vigilante that he is, and him going through some different struggles, right? Because personally in the Netflix series, from the first season to the last, it didn't necessarily go uphill. I think it kind of went in a decline, but it was still as a whole great show.
How many seasons were on Netflix? 3?
I believe Daredevil was 3. 3 and of Defenders 1.
Yeah, no, wait. Are you saying that Daredevil went out on the decline?
I think that the third series was the worst series.
The third season?
The third season was the worst one. The second season was the one
with Bullseye and Kingpin?
The first season, that was him and Kingpin. Second season was with Punisher.
No, second season is the ninjas, I think. Elektra with the ninjas, yeah.
Where Punisher's in the third?
Punisher's in the first.
In the first season. Second half.
Okay, second half. Okay. So first season to me, excellent.
Right.
Second season was the one with Bullseye. Oops, sorry. That was the one with Bullseye. Then again, for me, the first 2 seasons were the best ones.
Listen,
third was great.
Yeah.
But after the third, I was disappointed in hearing that it was over. But my only concern again with the new show was clearly that the essence would be different because the production is not the same. The people behind the show it's not the same people. Mm-hmm. So that was my main worry, my main concern. Would it have the same grittiness, dark theme to it? I think it's true to the character so far to me. But at the same time, I'm glad for the change because I didn't necessarily want just a continuation of the Netflix series.
I get it.
That's just me.
Listen, clearly there's an opportunity for Disney to bring this to a bigger audience and also a bigger scale within the Daredevil universe. Yes. You saw in the first episodes already, he's using the grapple hook on his things. Yeah. He never did that. Mm-hmm. I think he never did that in the Netflix series.
Not like that.
And yeah, so that's more accurate to the character itself. So again, I'm pleased in that way, but I would say that overall, when I put just those 2 episodes, as of right now, I am not following the same way that I was following the first sets of season 1. I'm not...
Well, here's the thing. When you say what you say, do you factor in that Daredevil first season in Netflix was literally something new for you and for everyone versus something that is not new?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember exactly how the first episodes or the first 2 episodes started in Netflix, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a slow build. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's a slow build. It's they're showing you little glimpses of what's to come here and there. Not too much Daredevil so far, but it's a slow builder to me, right? Story wise, and it's amping up. If that was the first time me seeing Daredevil, it wouldn't have the same effect because we already see him as Daredevil. Netflix had the privilege of introducing you to Daredevil for the first time. So
I agree. So I was not expecting a new origin story for sure. But I don't know. I don't know how they could have done it better. But I feel in my heart that there was a better way to reintroduce the series. Like, I mean, like this new iteration of the series. I felt the first episode and the second episode felt flat.
The second?
Yeah, no, the first and the
first
second
two? Okay.
felt flat in terms of, again, just overall engagement for me, right? So basically, okay, give you an idea, okay? The fight between Bullseye and Daredevil,
yes,
right? It did not, the fight itself, didn't care for it.
But you have to understand, you're coming from seeing what we've been seeing in the Netflix series, a bunch of one take fights that are like crazy. Like I don't think that the first fight was supposed to be impactful in that sense. I think it was more so to see, hey, this is what they're capable of doing, and this is how deadly, Bullseye is. But I don't think it was supposed to be like a oh my God. I think the most impactful scene of that whole thing was just supposed to be, to me, Foggy's death.
Yeah. So fine. I still feel that I would have preferred a more focused situation where the you bring me. Okay, let me put it that way. Sorry, I'm figuring out my thoughts as I speak. It's been a while since I've seen Daredevil, right? So what? It's 5 years, 6 years almost.
It flies. Time flies.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 years or something, or close to 6 years, right? So you're out there thinking that I'm a fanboy, nerd, whatever you want to label me as, and that I remember exactly, right? Oh my God, Daredevil is back. Oh, bring me back to where I was, right? Because it's canon. So you're basically continuing the story from the Netflix. Nah, you shouldn't see it like this. You should do a sort of quote unquote soft reboot, right? Put everybody up to speed, right? Because
I'm not gonna lie. I hear what you're saying, and that's on them because they did literally say that the Netflix series is canon, but I don't really feel that it is. I feel like they kind of freestyle the whole thing last minute. Oh, fuck it, it's canon.
Yeah.
We're gonna put enough in the new.
We'll walk around it.
We'll put enough in the new series just so that there's enough to say that yes, it's canon, but they're not literally, because there's clearly a lot of time that's passed between.
100%.
Again, wasn't fucking Bullseye? I think you saw his eyes change because it's like something had triggered, an ability had triggered at the end of the Netflix series or some shit. Anyway, they took care of him. He was supposed to, I think he was not presumed dead. I don't remember the details of whether he was arrested or whatever. But he was out of commission.
Yep.
Daredevil took care of him, but now he was there. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of time that's passed. Are they going to address it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if they do address it, then that means, yes, they're going to really take the time to try to link the old series with the new. But I feel that, no, they just did a little something just to give the fans what they wanted and saying that, yeah, it's canon. Yes, we're going to put elements from the first series, but they're probably going to do their own thing now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't feel like, anyway.
Yeah. And again, I think it's more like of I'm going to come back to what I was saying. I need to say this. Sorry, guys. The intro song, I'm sorry. You need to go back to the old one.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
GP, am I right?
No, I'm not saying that I don't prefer. I'm not saying that I don't prefer the old one. But if you want to go to a new direction, something like you want to give it a new identity, you can't go back to the old one.
I don't know. I'm not
Because it's not the same thing. How are you going to go back to something another thing, but the identity is just not the same?
Listen, I get it. I understand your point.
Just put it as a ringtone. You can listen to it whenever you want.
Yo, I was so thrown off. I went on YouTube and I had to listen to it.
Yeah, it's just fine, man. Like just like the old logo, the old LS logo, you can go back to it whenever you want.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, man.
So the intro song of Daredevil on Netflix is actually at 10 million views right now. So over the years,
Of course.
Over the years,
Yes, it's not.
total,
It's not like it spiked all of a sudden because of the new series.
It was already high. One of the best intros, not necessarily intro song,
But the new one's not bad.
So they remixed the old one, obviously, but I don't like the way they sped it up. Like it to me, it's missing something.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes intro songs
I would be curious. No, everything is impactful, right?
Power,
but at the same time, there's a lot of shows that I really do enjoy, but I don't necessarily listen to the intro song every time. That's just me.
Right.
Yeah, some of them sometimes when I let it
when
play.
you listen to Power, you didn't.
No, not all the time. No,
you skipped.
No, not all the time. And I'm one of the ones that didn't mind the new song, by the way. I didn't mind the remix version that people were bitching and then they went back to the original.
No,
I actually like the new.
I was bitching.
But that's what you do. That's what
Let's get back to Daredevil.
So the Daredevil entry song, I'm curious to think, like I would have liked, too little too late now, but would you have felt the same way about the intro song if you didn't enjoy the series as much as you did? That's what I'm wondering. But I think
I think it's all together.
So would it be fair to say that maybe you're gonna like this intro song better if the series knocks it out of the park? I don't know. We'll see.
No, it's already bad for me. Like to
me,
it's
bad.
I'm
to you, it's bad.
Petition. If I think there's a petition to bring back the old song, I'm signing it.
Okay, you can sign it.
Yeah, I'm signing it. They need to bring it back. Like I don't care that there's a difference between Disney Plus and Netflix. No, it's Daredevil. This is
but it's not even named the same. It doesn't even have the same name. What would it have the same song? I don't understand. It's called Born Again, not same song or the Daredevil come back.
So it's like Dragon Ball. Okay, it's like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So
the show that I don't
remix.
The show that I don't like. Yeah.
Don't remix the old song because the old song like do a new song and make it good.
That's a perfect point. You see, Dragon Ball, it's like a recycled show. It's always the same shit over and over. Goku beats everybody. Goku can't beat everybody. Vegeta shines for maybe 5 minutes. Piccolo dies or he gets his ass handed to him. Goku comes back, beats everybody. Then he loses. Vegeta, Piccolo, and then, you add in a couple of other characters here and there, but we already know what's going to happen, right?
Like
you can basically say the writing is Goku's going to save the day.
Let's not compare,
Thank you very much.
Let's not compare anime.
So hence why, but you brought it up. Hence why the music can be the same over.
Say something.
What's up?
Real quick, and I hope the people listening to us don't mind that we're jumping into anime. I just want to point that out because you bring it up. Well, I brought it up. One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait.
You better be fucking careful.
GP, do you watch One Piece or read One Piece or animes or?
I'm not up to speed on
Okay.
You better be fucking careful what you're about to say.
So Preston, my son, started watching
It's cool.
One Piece on Netflix.
Mhm.
Have you watched?
I've read, I'm up to speed on the mangas. I do not watch the animes. As you know, over the years, we used to, I think you even started watching animes when we started renting whatever, our brother or your cousin. But it's just, it's too time consuming for me.
Okay.
So I don't really follow animes like that. There's only one that I recently got into, even though I read all of the mangas already. The Solo Leveling.
Right.
That I'll watch. It's a quick, easy watch, but no.
Okay.
Especially One Piece. One Piece is like...
It is the weirdest thing to me because I spoke to Preston and I was like, Preston, like, why do you like this? And I'm watching with him and he's like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, this is better than Dragon Ball,
Mhm.
like whatever. And I'm
Yes,
like,
it is.
and I'm like, what's, and then I actually went online and I went on Reddit stuff and I'm trying to understand why people like it so much. People are talking about
The lore in One Piece busts Dragon Ball's ass.
Okay,
like,
so you know what? I just wanted to make this quick sidebar because I'm gonna look more into it because I'm really intrigued to figure out so much about the lore and why. Because watching the anime like on Netflix, what he's watching, I felt I was watching an anime from like the early 90s.
The
like,
visuals are, that's the thing. Because there's so many episodes. That's the problem. It's old. The first episodes are ugly as shit. I'm not gonna lie. And I think I heard that they're doing a remake, right? So kind of like what they did with a Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
So, but once you get, man, the latest episodes, I only see glimpses here and there, clips.
Yeah.
See, it's ridiculous, the animation.
Okay. So
It's
anyway,
ridiculous.
I'll leave it at that. Let's get back to Daredevil.
Yes.
So,
yes.
one thing I wanted to talk about was Kingpin.
Mhm.
So, love Kingpin, love Vincent D'Onofrio's acting. Now, what are we guessing? Is he back to being the whole Kingpin, or is in the Kingpin that we saw in the Hawkeye series? Because he made a joke about
When he got
getting
shot.
a bullet
Yeah.
in the face.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in Hawkeye, correct?
Yes.
What do you think?
What do you mean?
What do you think? Which Kingpin are we getting?
What do you mean? Which Kingpin are we getting?
Are we getting the Netflix Kingpin or are we getting the Hawkeye Kingpin? Because they're not the same.
Well, it's the same Kingpin.
No.
It's canon.
No. Sorry.
Oh, you mean the version of him?
The version, yeah.
I think we're getting a new version of him. I think we're getting a version of
So
him.
there was 3. So now there's 3. There's the Netflix Kingpin, Hawkeye.
Oh, you mean the different iterations of Kingpin?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's
So
still...
the Hawkeye Kingpin, I feel that if the gods existed, they would wipe it off the face of the earth
Well,
because he sucked
okay.
with his flowered shirt and in Hawkeye. Remember? He sucked.
How long did we actually see Kingpin on that show?
I don't know, but
I don't even know if we saw him
long enough for it to be imprint in my head.
It's funny because I almost forgot that he was on Hawkeye. And that to me speaks volumes. I don't even know why you're even considering thinking that we're getting, okay, from what you've seen so far, the Kingpin that you've seen in this show, does he remind you of that version of him?
Not yet.
So that answers your question to me.
So I just want to make sure, I hope that this version of the Kingpin is more based on the Netflix one, which I think it is.
I just want to see creativity, man. Not always the same thing.
No,
I want to see it
to be strong.
We need to see a Kingpin who thinks he's trying to do good. I mean, even bad guys, villains, whatever, can a villain. What's the expression? Like in a villain's mind, they don't see themselves as the villain type of thing. Anyway, he's probably trying to do some real good in his crazy fucking mind. We're all waiting to see how he's gonna break, how he's gonna crack, and how he's gonna end up killing someone or whatever.
Yes.
That's what we're all waiting to see.
But I need him to be strong.
Strong how?
Like physically strong. Like I need him to fight eventually again, like a Daredevil or whatever. Like there needs to be like something that happens.
But Kingpin doesn't always fight, right? You know that.
No, for sure.
Okay.
But yes, for sure.
Like the idea is if he needs to throw down, he can kill you, but he doesn't necessarily, that's not his first option usually.
So in the comic books, do they say why he's so strong in the comic books?
There's no explanation besides the fact that he's huge and he's fucking strong. Unlike, a character like Tombstone, where there's a story, there's a background, like he's not a normal human. Kingpin is just big. Obviously he's never gonna fight Juggernaut or the Hulk or something like that, but he can throw down with a Spider-Man, but ultimately Spider-Man will beat a Kingpin. You understand? So
okay. Well, anyways, I hope because that fight at the end of the 3rd season in the house, in the penthouse, it was a good fight.
Of course.
It was a really
even. Oh no, he didn't fight in that scene. That was Punisher in prison.
Right. Yeah.
But there was a little moment between them. But no, for sure.
Anyways,
that's what people enjoy: the grittiness, the human, rawness of the whole.
So in the third episode, I'm not gonna spoil.
Mhm.
Um,
I know. I'm assuming Punisher's in there. We can say. There was a trailer. There was a preview trailer of the third season, the third episode anyway, and I think that's when we see Punisher.
yes, I mean you don't see him,
No, fuck.
but anyways, you don't see Daredevil in the episode. That was
I'm not expecting to see Daredevil anytime soon.
okay.
I wanted to make it impactful. The fact that you see him in the beginning, he decided to stop being Daredevil for a minute. Make it make sense. Make it impactful when he
Why he's
decides.
gonna come back. I think maybe the end of this episode is gonna make him come back.
Okay.
The third episode. So guys, this was our reaction to the 2 first episodes of Daredevil Born Again. Tell us in the comments if you like it. But yeah, so anyways, come back. Make sure to follow, like, comment, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.